Good morning, students. Welcome to biology class. In the previous video, we have seen the process of photosynthesis. The site of photosynthesis is chloroplast. So we have already seen the detailed structure of chloroplast. Beside that, we have already seen the factors which are involved in photosynthesis. That is the role of water, role of chlorophyll pigments, role of light, and role of carbon dioxide. In this video, we are going to see the phases of photosynthesis, how the process is completed within two phases. So, the process of photosynthesis involved two phases. One is photochemical phase, which is totally dependent on light, and second is biosynthetic phase, which is dependent on enzymatic reaction. Photochemical phase is also called as light reaction, as it is totally dependent on light, while biosynthetic phase is independent of light. That is why it is also called as dark reaction. In the first step, that is in light reaction, the light energy is absorbed by chlorophyll pigments and they convert light energy into chemical energy, that is ATP. At the same time, there is splitting of water which results into formation of oxygen and NADPH2. While in dark phase or dark reaction, the carbon dioxide is reduced to carbohydrate. Both the process we are going to see in detail. As I said, light reaction is the process where chlorophyll pigments absorb light. So when they absorb light, they undergo a process of electron emission, and those electrons are passed on from one acceptor to another acceptor. So it follows electron transport chain. During this process, there is formation of ATP. The formation of ATP is called as photophosphorylation, as it occurs in presence of light. There is addition of phosphorus to ADP and ADP becomes ATP. Hence the process is called photophosphorylation. It occurs in two ways. One is by cyclic method, in which the electrons which are emitted from chlorophyll comes back to chlorophyll. So it follows cyclic pathway. While in non-cyclic, the electrons which are emitted from chlorophyll A does not return back to chlorophyll A. That is why it is called as non-cyclic. Now, we have already discussed the two photosystems, photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. So, in in cyclic process, this is a reaction of cyclic photophosphorylation, where there is involvement of only PS1, only photosystem 1 is involved. While in non-cyclic, both photosystem 1 as well as photosystem 2 both are involved. Just look at this cyclic flow of electrons in cyclic photophosphorylation. As I said, only PS1, photosystem 1 is involved, which is made up of reaction center as chlorophyll A, which absorb maximum light at 700. And remaining accessory pigments, they all absorb light and transfer that light to the reaction center. Because of light energy, the chlorophyll A molecule gets excited, and due to excitation, it emits energy-rich electrons, which are passed on to the first acceptor called as FRS, ferredoxin reducing substrate. FRS donate electron to ferredoxin. Ferredoxin further donate electron to cytochrome B6. During this process, the energy of the electron is trapped by ADP and ADP becomes ATP. Cytochrome B6 transfers electron to cytochrome F, where again the remaining energy of the electron is trapped by ADP and it's converted into ATP. Cytochrome F transfers electron to plastocyanine. Plastocyanine further transfers the electron to its original position, that is the chlorophyll A of PS1. Hence, PS1 emits electron and electron follows the pathway and comes back to PS1. Hence, the process is called as cyclic photophosphorylation. Whereas, this is the diagram of non-cyclic photophosphorylation, where you can see there is involvement of PS2, that is P680, as well as there is involvement of P700. P680, which is made up of photosystem 2, is having a reaction center chlorophyll A. All the accessory pigments absorb light and transfer that light to chlorophyll A. As a result of that, chlorophyll A gets excited. It emits energy-rich electrons, which are first accepted by primary acceptor called as plastoquinone reducing substrate. Plastoquinone reducing substrate donate electron to plastoquinone. From plastoquinone, it goes to cytochrome complex, that is cytochrome B6 and cytochrome F. Finally, it comes to plastocyanine. PC is plastocyanine. Plastocyanine here do not or does not donate electron to P680, rather it donate electron to P700, that is PS1. From PS1 has its own pigment system. It also absorbs light. That light energy it emits energy rich electrons, which goes to first acceptor, that is ferredoxin reducing substrate. From there it goes to ferredoxin and then it goes to NADP. NADP, after accepting electrons, gets negatively charged. At the same time, there is photolysis of water, which results into formation of 4H plus and 4OH minus. H plus is added to NADP and NADP is reduced to NADPH2 in presence of enzyme NADP reductase. So this is a very important step of formation of NADPH2, while OH minus further gives out oxygen and water, as well as electrons are given out. Electrons from water return back to PS2 to make it again on the ground state, so that it will again continue with the process. So PS2 is getting electrons from water, not from its own cycle. So hence the process is called as non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So here is an overview where you can visualize actually where the reaction is occurring. So this is the ultrastructure of chloroplast with grana and stroma. You can see grana is a site of light reaction where two processes are occurring, that is cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. In this cyclic and non-cyclic, there are formation of NADP, H2 and ATP. These NADP, H2 and ATP are utilized during Calvin cycle or dark reaction. This occurs in stroma of the chloroplast. So we are going to see now the second step, that is Calvin cycle or C3 pathway of photosynthesis, or it is also called as dark reaction. Why it is known as Calvin cycle? Because Melvin Calvin in 1950 discovered this process by using isotopic carbon C14 in chlorella. He traced out the entire pathway where the CO2 is going, which are the intermediate compounds formed, and finally how carbohydrate or glucose is synthesized. So entire pathway was discovered by Calvin, hence the cycle is known by his name called as Calvin cycle. The first stable product is 3-carbon compound, hence it is called as C3 pathway. It is also called as biosynthetic pathway because it is governed by enzymes. So this is the site of Calvin cycle or C3 pathway or dark reaction, which occurs in stroma, where CO2 is fixed by RUDP or RUBP, ribulose biphosphate, which is a 5-carbon compound. After accepting 1 carbon, it becomes a 6-carbon unstable compound, which is immediately splitted up into phosphoglyceric acid, which is 3-carbon compound. Hence 2 molecules of PGA are formed. PGA utilizes ATP and is converted into 1,3-di-PGA. 1,3-di-PGA utilizes NADPH2 and it is converted into phosphoglyceraldehyde. There is formation of PGAL, aldehydic compound. So as it is a 3-carbon compound, therefore two molecules of PGAL are formed. After one completion of this C3 pathway, there is formation of 2 molecules of PGAL. Second time CO2 is fixed by RUDP in presence of RUDP carboxylase enzyme. Second time cycle runs, again there are formation of 2 molecules of PGAL. Third time CO2 is fixed, again cycle is completed to form 2 molecules of PGAL. As the number of PGAL molecule becomes 6, out of that 1 PGAL is balanced, remaining 5 are recycled into intermediate compound, that is erythrose, and then finally RUMP, ribulose monophosphate, which is converted back into RUDP, ribulose biphosphate. Now again fourth CO2 is fixed, fourth time cycle repeats, again formation of 2 PGAL occurs. Fifth time CO2 is fixed, fifth time the cycle is repeated and again there is formation of 2 molecules of PGAL. Finally last CO2, that is sixth CO2 is fixed, sixth time the cycle runs and finally again 2 molecules of PGAL are formed. These 6 molecules, out of that 1 PGAL is balanced, remaining 5 are recycled into RUMP. Previous PGAL and this PGAL, 3 carbon plus 3 carbon becomes a 6 carbon compound called as glucose by forming fructose 1,6-diphosphate, fructose 6-phosphate, then glucose 6-phosphate and finally glucose. So glucose is produced from 2 molecules of PGAL. So 6 times the cycle runs, utilizes 12 NADPH2 and it utilizes 12 molecules of ATP here and 6 molecules of ATP. Total 18 ATPs and 12 NADPH2s are utilized in formation of one glucose molecule. So the process of photosynthesis is completed in 2 steps. First one is cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation, which is part of light reaction, and dark reaction involves C3 pathway or Calvin cycle. If you have any doubt, you can ask me during the class in Zoom meet. Thank you, girls.